Rodrigo got a QL3?
Yeah.
Okay. Ears perked up in this case. I don't know anything about these north marches, but I know a fight when I hear one. You know that just up ahead, and with the QL3, you're going to find out a little bit more information. Just up ahead, you've been in this situation in many a dark alley. Yeah. There's at least half a dozen Bravos, and you can hear from there, lay down your arms or we'll hurt him, that they're up to no good. And it's just around the corner. So that's what Rodrigo hears.
Yeah. My friends, there are some bandits or other ruffians ahead, and they are assaulting fellow travelers such as us. What would you do?
That was our first mistake. Well, I'm going to ready... Oh, crap. Where'd it go? My Balestrina.
Which is a small hand crossbow. Shoots little stones or bullets. For those who are unfamiliar with that.
That's very cute. Well, I will follow the sounds and I will sneak forward.
Ah, so if you're going to sneak, give me your stealth roll.
All right, stealth is... Here we go. Okay. Courage, intuition, agility. Courage, yes. Intuition, yes. Agility, yes. So that is a quality level 4.
Wow. So the way stealth works, like in a lot of F-20 games, it's opposed. So I will make a roll for the Bravos up around the corner to see if they notice one Rodrigo sneaking up behind them. What is everyone else doing while Rodrigo informs you what's going on and slips off into the white mist?
Well, I cast
the Mandalorian behind one of them.
I cast Armatrots on myself, so to improve my armor a bit.
Okay. So that's your action is your casting because it's a one-action spell. What level you're going to try to cast it at? It's 1, 2, and 3.
And each of those costs, and I have to...
A different amount. It gets more expensive the more you cast. To give you an idea, you're wearing a gambeson, which is Pro 2. If you cast Armor Troops at 2, that gives you a total of 4 because they stack. That's equal to chainmail.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'll do 2. I have to decide that before I roll.
Yep, you make your rolls okay because the roll is the same. It's how much you spend to put into the. Yeah, your roll is the same. It's just do I spend 8 points, 16 points, or I think it's 32 for the.
Because
okay, so I will
roll. It eats half of your arcane energy.
Yes, if you fail, you spend half that. So if it costs 8 to fail, it only costs you 4 because you flubbed it.
It says I have a skill rating of 6 in that. I had to spend 4 to bring one of the rolls down.
Okay, it gives you 2, so that's QL1. So you succeed, and as we know, that's a timed. So it's going to last 3 minutes.
Okay.
1 times 3, so 3 minutes. There you go. So now you have a little bit of glowing armor on top of your gambeson, so you're a lot tougher to strike and damage. Durisha, are you waiting for Rodrigo to sneak forward, or are you going to dash into it? Lily?
I'm sorry. I got sidetracked.
What's Durisha doing?
I have pulled out my hammer and I'm preparing for something to happen.
Okay. Rodrigo, you sneak through. John's dice are rubbing off on me, fail to notice you. As you come around, you'll see 6 Bravos surrounding an older, balding gentleman, and a well-armed woman with a club or quarterstaff who's fending off 3 of these men. And you do hear the ones that are trying to grab the older gentleman. It's Glimmerdale, be careful. He's worth a hefty ransom. But they don't see you if you wish to move up and strike from behind in a surprise round, and then we'll go into initiative.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't see you.
This is
So Hannah, you were here in the fight. These bravos jumped out and tried to accost your employer, Bosper Glimmerdale. He's the richest farmer in town. So you've been able to parry their blows to keep them away, but there are 6 of them. Fight's not looking too good. Rodrigo?
Are you saying that
It's +4 for your attack from behind.
okay. All right. I'm gonna stab one of them with my main gauche. Oh yes, that is a hit. But with +4, I needed to roll a 19 or less. So
Yes. Now, as your weapon stat,
Mhm.
you took 2 weapon fighting and you're ambidextrous, so you can strike with both daggers
okay.
in 1 round. That's the advantage. You have to get close. They don't do as much damage as a big hefty sword, but you can go poke, poke,
Okay.
and hit them twice for
Very
this.
good. So that's 2 rolls for the attack.
2 different attacks.
2 different attacks. All right. 2 successes. I rolled an 11 and a 6.
Okay, you strike him. So now give me 2 damage rolls.
All right. So with the heavy dagger, that's 9 points, and with the main gauche, it's 3 points.
He howls in pain as you drive the daggers deep into his backside.
Hello. You face
Well,
Rodrigo
now-
Spinola.
Prepare to
You're not
die.
going to say anything about him killing your father, are you?
No, but I am going to kill him.
Okay. So from the mist, you hear a screech of pain and what Rodrigo said. And now we will go to initiative. So you have an initiative stat on the front page there. That's your base. You're going to roll 1d6 and add it to that to give me your initiative for this fight. Darisha?
18.
18 for the big Darisha. Nico?
Trying to find it on my. Oh, there we go. 15.
15 is Nico. Hannah? Can I call you Hannah? Or do you want Hannafrid?
I think you'd have to buy me dinner first.
Okay.
Shorten the name. I'm 16.
16 for Ms. Altlapper.
And I've already forgotten how to roll initiative. I'm sorry.
1d6 and add it to
Okay.
the base.
Got it. 17.
Did I calculate my initiative correctly? Because I'm not usually first.
It's your courage plus agility. Add those 2 abilities together. Divide by 2.
Yeah, okay. I did calculate it correctly. It just doesn't seem correct.
Sometimes it goes by the die roll too. If you roll a 1 and you think you start out with a really good number and you roll a 1, you're still going a lot slower than if you rolled a 6.
Okay.
I'm at 17.
Also, Preodin. So, do a quick. Oh, that wouldn't be fair to roll a d20 for their initiative. Darisha, you are up first.
Ow, ow.
You wish to charge into battle?
Yes. I will strike the nearest opponent.
Okay. You round the bend in the road, and there they are. The mist kind of parts enough that you can see Rodrigo standing behind a bloodied Bravo. Three facing Hannaford. They're all kind of looking around surprised, like, what? Ambush the ambushers.
I succeed level 4.
Oh, remember, it doesn't QL's for attack. As long as you succeed, I get to try to defend now. Surprise attack, I don't.
Okay,
I can parry or try to dodge.
I hit him pretty hard. I don't think he should dodge.
Well, he has a pretty low stat, so I got to roll 6 or less on a d20 to try to dodge you. And I rolled an 18, so he sidesteps and then leans right into your blow. So now you give me damage.
Oh. I can do math. 9.
Okay. It is now their turn. They have a very low initiative, but I rolled really well for them. So first one will spin around. Look at Rodrigo. Backstabber. And fail. Especially because he's at 1 level of pain already. So you've already dropped him a quarter of his hit points, and so he misses. The other one will also try to shake off the damage that Darisha smacked him in the face with a hammer and attempt to stab her with a rusty sword and roll a 16, and he also will fail. Maybe because he was expecting a taller opponent. He's right over you. I don't know. Not used to angling down.
Yeah, as you mentioned it, I think I probably didn't hit him in the face with the hammer.
Okay. But another one will also attempt to strike you because you look, of the two, the most dangerous. He hits with an 11. You get to parry or dodge. The second one attacking you hits, so you get to parry or dodge, whatever you'd like to do. And remember, it's that number or less, so pick your better stat. Multiple opponents, it does add up because the second, third, it's -3 off your defense. So if you start with a 10 and parry, first one gets 10, second attacker, it's 7, then it drops to 4. Eventually, you run out of defense.
Run out of dodges.
But the first one didn't hit you, so you're full up defending against this person.
I shall attempt to dodge.
Okay.
I succeed. My dice like me.
They do. They do. They were waiting for the dark eye.
They're the dark eye dice. They're very special.
Yes. Hannah. One of the Bravos
Those are for attacks as
facing
well.
you attempts to strike you
Oh,
and misses.
of course he did.
Swings wide. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. The other two seem to be trying to drag this older balding gentleman that you know as Bosper Glimmerdale. They're trying to drag him away into the woods. It is now Rodrigo and Preodin's turn.
So I have some special combat things that I can do.
Yes.
I use a precise thrust with my main dagger, and then just hopefully stab him with the other dagger. Yes. So precise thrust subtracts 2 from my attack, and adds 2 points of damage.
There you go.
And I rolled a crummy damage roll, so it's a good thing I used a precise thrust. Still did 6 points with that, and hit with the second dagger and did 8 points with that for a total of 14.
Okay. Remember those numbers for a second because he gets to try to defend. But he does have a level of pain, so now his dodge is only a 5.
Very good.
If it wasn't for the damage, he would have succeeded. So he takes the first one, and that was how many points?
That was
The
6.
First attack was 6. Okay, and he will attempt at a lower number, so it goes from 5 to 2. Almost botches with a 19. So he will take the 8 points.
Yep.
And it's almost not fair. You're hitting him at will. Just blood splurting everywhere. Yeah. Praerdin.
Fulminatus, and I'm assuming that there's someone within one of those guys within 8 yards.
Yes, you move up just a little bit because you can move your movement,
Okay.
which is a free action. For you, it should be 8, and then you can cast your spell. So you don't even have to get into melee. You can just walk up and go. Now you're going to cast it on someone who's fighting, or maybe one of the guys that are dragging this helpless farmer off into the woods.
The helpless farmer, or that guy.
Okay. Make your roll.
And
There's no hit. If his spell goes on, it will damage.
For 9 points.
And it ignores pro because it basically takes your insides and then it rips them apart and blood kind of squirts out your nose and ignores pro. It's a vicious spell. You said 9 points?
9.
And he lets go of the farmer as he clutches his chest. Already at a level of pain. Hannafrid. Help has come to this fight. You may now take the fight to the Bravos.
Excellent. I rolled well, I think. I just don't know what it means.
Okay, did you roll under your combat skill number?
By a lot.
Did you roll a 1?
Yes.
Okay. If 1 is a possible crit, so roll again. As
I
long as
rolled
you
3 dice.
Yeah, she rolled 3 dice.
You just need to roll the 1 die for combat.
Okay.
Was it the
And
number 1 was 1 or one of them?
Yes.
The number 1 was 1? Okay.
Yes.
Roll 1 to confirm it. If she confirms, that's your normal range of whatever it is, 14 or 15. If that's a hit, then it's considered a critical.
Yes.
You confirm. Okay. I get half my defense on a crit and fail. So now you roll your damage and double it.
Oh, yay. I like hurting things. 14.
14. Let me do a quick check about pro. No, I still get to subtract my meager protection. Quick math. He's also staggered back as she thumps him. Was that with your quarterstaff?
It was indeed.
Your buck and a quarterstaff? Some people will get that reference. Nico.
Yes. How far away are they?
Are you going to charge?
On my horse?
That's usually people want to know, how far away? Can I get a charge in?
Well, no,
close
actually, the
enough.
question is, are they actually in range for the Balestrina?
Oh, you'll probably have to move a little bit. What's your range in the Balestrina?
5, 25, 40.
They're within 25. Once you move a little bit just to see them, they're within the 25.
Was one of them was knocked off of the old man, yes?
Yes.
Technically out of melee at that point?
Yes, he lets go and he's clutching. He's not in melee, so he's no penalty for that. Nico's
Okay, we'll shoot him.
the rules.
He's gonna get shot. Ooh, 7 will hit. A whopping 6 points.
Oh, wow. I rolled a
Twink.
20 on my dodge, followed by a 19. So I botched my dodge roll.
Oh man.
Built the book of rules.
I, for one, would like to thank you for rolling so badly so far.
So I get to roll 2d6, add them together. So that doesn't quite apply because he didn't have it out, but he will basically fall prone trying to dodge your Ballestrina bullet. How much was the damage again?
6 points.
6 points.
I rolled for crap.
That's okay. But he's now prone, so he's going to have to take an action if he wants to get up to do anything, and it's easier to hit him because he's prone. He's kind of laying in the mud, in pain. Inside's hurt. He has a big welt. Your bullet hit him in the head. He's not happy. This was supposed to be an easy grab the farmer, sell him for some money, and now we're fighting professionals. Top of the order, Darisha.
Tis a bad day for you, my friend.
And that was rude. I'm professional.
But you were one. There were 6 of them. We're like, we got this. Delay you, steal the farmer, we're good. And for some reason, your friends came out of the mists, and 6 on 1 is easy because he wasn't going to fight.
The guy that I hit last time, is he still standing?
Kind of wobbly, but yeah.
All right, I hit him again. I succeed.
Of course you do. So let's see. So he's at pain level 2. That's -2 off of his dodge, so it's a 4. I rolled an 8. You hit him again.
Well, great news. My dice, my D6s don't like me. I hit him for 8.
Oh, a measly 8.
Listen, this is the hammer of Angrosh, okay?
Oh, he's anguishing, all right. He's rethinking all of his life's choices. Kind of reminds me of another character in Torg. It is their turn. We're going to explore something new. He is done with this fight. So we'll start with the Bravos. We'll start with the one fighting Darisha the Hammer. He's going to try to disengage and flee. I have to make a body control test. If I fail, you get an attack of opportunity on that person. And I can only move half of my movement. So I can't quite get away. Oh, well. So he rolls on body control. It's agility, agility, and con. Second one. He doesn't. You can swing at him if you want. Now, the way attack of opportunity works, there's no special things like precise thrusts or feints or forceful blows. It's a basic attack at -4, but if you hit him, he doesn't get to dodge or do anything. You just hit him and apply damage. So if you would like, you can take basically a free swing at him at -4.
My -4 or him -4?
You're -4. Because he's trying to get away, so it's not quite a normal fight, but he doesn't get to defend against it because I failed.
I have really bad news for you. I have a lot of points in impact weapons.
No,
So I
that's
succeed.
the way it should work. He's trying to get away, and if I succeeded, then you couldn't swing at him. He's able to dodge out of the way. He stumbles and tries to get away from you.
Yeah, I succeed, and also this time my D6 is like me, so that's 11 points of no, 14 points of damage.
Wow. He doesn't have that many
Ouch.
life points. So you hit him, and what's it look like as you myrtleize him?
The mighty hammer of Angrosh just basically reduces his head to a pulp.
So I figured.
Yeah, I mean he's on the ground.
Yep. So one down. Didn't even get a chance to flee. The partner
Uh,
tried to join in the fight with you has this horrified look on his face and will attempt to stab at you. So you don't do that to him. Ooh, I succeed. You get to parry or dodge. The desperate thrust of his rusty sword.
I do not succeed.
Okie dokie. Now we will see.
Wearing plate armor.
Yeah, I know. Now we're going to see the effect of having heavy armor. Okay, he does 5 points of damage to you.
No.
His rusty sword skitters off your plate mail.
Yeah, the pro on the plate mail is 6.
Okay, so he doesn't even damage her. It just skids off the plate armor, and if he could look more horrified, he would. He thought you had you distracted with the other guy. Rodrigo. Stupid bugs. I also succeed with that.
All right.
Aha! So you can parry.
I'm gonna parry. Ooh. I think that is not a success. Yeah, I miss. I miss on my parry.
Remember, you can also crit on your parries and turn it into a riposte. You do it so well, you just counter strike.
Next time.
3 points.
My leather armor. My leather armor takes it.
It should have been a solid blow, but he's so weakened from the blood loss, it just kind of and doesn't penetrate.
That was a very nice try.
Yeah. Where we go. Hannafred. Huzzah! Man. Misses outright. The one that has Vosper Glimmerdale will pull his man closer to the woods. He gets about 4 more yards away. He might be the only one to survive. Let's see.
Is
Nico.
that the guy that I?
There were 2 on the farmer, pulling him away. One, you got hit with fulminate, just let go of the farmer, and then got hit with a stone and fell down. The one guy that still has the farmer continues to drag him away. The other guy gets up, looks around, sees his cousin Bert, and runs into the woods. He just flees. Flees. He was already wounded anyway. I'm out of here. So he flees. So that was 1. Hannah. Him. I think I'm done. Rodrigo and Preodin.
So how many are left now?
There's one fighting Rodrigo. There's one on the ground without a head. One ran into the woods. But he has a head, but you can see like the top of it. The rest of it is driven down into his cavity. Yeah. No Nick. Not to be confused with Nico. And there's One fighting Darisha. One fighting Rodrigo. So
Fighting
it should be
Darisha might be
four
strong.
up, if I got it right. One ran away, one's dead, so there should be 4 up.
I thought one on Winifred, Hannaford rather, and one on the farmer.
Yeah, one on Farmer, one on Hannaford, one on you, one on Darisha, which he's thinking about running just because
Okay.
no one said anything about plate armor.
I think I'll go ahead and do Fulminectus on the other guy, or the other guy that's taking the farmer.
Ah,
So,
my bravo salute you.
red. There's no white, so I'm calling that white. Blue, it's my.
Apparently, he's adopted your strategy.
Lily, lets you know the chat says hammer time. Somebody's got to say it.
I appreciate it. They were right.
So I have my staff with me. My skill is at +1, or
The cost of casting the spell is less. It's -1. So if it's an
okay.
8-point spell, it's only 7 points that you spend because it's
That's
easier
one
to
less
cast.
arcane energy that I have. One less arcane energy.
One less AE
Gotcha.
that you have to spend. It's kind of like your crutch. You can cast spells, it's just more expensive without your staff.
So 7 plus 2, so 9 again.
Oh! He lets go as he's shocked. As he feels something rupture inside his chest.
All right, I'm going to continue my dance of blades, and I will once again precisely thrust with my right hand dagger, and I have, that's 2 hits, so your parries or dodges.
Okay. I'm going to try a dodge because it's better than his parry.
Okay.
And no. And
Okay.
no.
Okay, so that is 7 with the heavy dagger and 6 with the man gauche for a total of 13.
Bleeding all over. Just can't seem to. He dodges one way and you stick him with the dagger. Dodge the other way, stick him with the other dagger.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, no, you won't have to because I think he's going too rough. Hannafred, he's still there. He doesn't realize behind him his compatriots are dying and bleeding out.
Well, I succeed in my attack.
He fails miserably. Doesn't botch, but fails.
Sadly, I can only do him 3 points of damage.
Woo! His 2 points of
Still
pro
damage.
save his life some, but he's still that much closer to being out of here. Nico?
Question on actions. We have a free and we have a regular, correct?
Yes, and your free action, you can move. There's some other things you can talk and do that, but you can move your movement, or in your case, guide your horse closer, and then use your action to attack.
Yeah, the only problem is I'd have to drop the Ballestrina for the for rapier, and that's an action right there. So actions, I guess I'm just going to go with dismounting and hobbling the horse.
Okay. Very good. Darisha, it is top of the order. There's the misguided youth who tried to poke you with a rusty sword.
Do we think that any of these miscreants should be allowed to, run off in shame?
It's entirely up to you. I mean, do you ask that of the group? Then
Yeah,
address Preodin, the lawgiver.
Wolves should never be allowed to go back to the pack, or else they'll hunt the sheep again.
I mean, they're just so poorly equipped. All right.
Hannah, you do know that it is popular along the Realm Road in the North Marches for bandits to come out of the woods and attack travelers and then disappear into the woods again. That's why you were with Bosper, because he couldn't travel by himself without being threatened.
Right.
You would have no mercy on them.
Fine. No mercy. I succeeded in my attack on this poor slob who tried to stab me.
If he wasn't damaged already, I would have made it, but pain levels do add up.
That is unfortunate.
Yep.
11 damage.
It is their turn.
You mean Buzz isn't dead yet?
No. No. The other one got squished because he got hit several times. The one that was by the farmer is not engaged with anyone, flees. We'll start with the one on Hannafrid. He will try a body. Ooh, maybe. He's going to try to disengage and run away, and I didn't roll too badly. Red is good. White is good. And so he succeeds in his body control, and runs away, and you can't do anything. Mainly because he only had one level of pain. So close to 2. The one on Rodrigo. He's also going to try to leave before he dies. In fact, he drops his weapon, holds his hands up, and tries to, and does horribly if you wish to strike him. Never at -4.
Yeah. Is there could I kick his feet out from under him, for example?
Do you have grapple? That would be.
I have brawling. Is that?
Oh, that would be like if you want to punch him, or I guess punch or kick if you wish to just hit him for non-lethal damage. I guess.
I mean, I'm just looking at my description. It says this technique uses punches and kicks to damage, choke, trip, or pin the enemy.
Yep.
So, yeah, I sort of just want to kick him in the knee or something like that. And
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Roll again.
I crit.
Okay, so roll your damage.
Okay. I'm a little unclear on what my damage is as I'm brawling.
It's a D3, so D6.
Okay. Very good. I do 1 point. Times 2, I guess.
Times 2. So, you take him down. It hurts as you hit his knee, and instead of just bending like it should, it bends sideways more, and you hear some pops. If you were an orthopedist, you'd say, oh, there goes an ACL. And he collapses to the ground in pain.
Yeah, I might want to ask you 2 questions or 3.
Ooh, let's see.
Tom deserved it.
Rigo, right in. Did yours leave, Dorisha?
What?
Did yours leave? Did he? Okay, he's going to try. Last one.
Wait, how many were on her?
There were
Just
two.
the
She
one?
killed one, and then there was just one left, and he failed.
You had him dodge out before Rodrigo dealt with his.
Oh, did I? I thought that was
Yeah.
Hannafred.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought he started with Hannafred.
Okay.
Oh, I could be wrong. Sorry.
This is why the chat is correct. We should name them because it humanizes
Oh.
them and helps us keep track.
This
Alpha
is true.
Bravo, Bravo Bravo, Charlie Bravo.
No, they've decided to name them after famous astronauts. So we've got Buzz, and then apparently a random Tom Hanks in there.
Fair and reasonable.
He did play an astronaut.
The last one left rolled a 1, 3, 8, so he succeeds into dashing away. So three of them got away.
Goodbye,
Yes.
Tom Hanks.
And one tried to, and he's laying on the ground. So we have a dead one, many bloody ones that fled into the woods and into the mists, and one that's laying on the ground holding his leg, screaming in pain. Mercy, mercy, my lords, mercy.
What happened to the one with the merchant?
He fled.
Okay, so he
After-
left him and ran. Okay.
Yes. One got up and ran. The other one just got hit with fulminictus. He's like, I'm done, because his little gang has been decimated. And they all ran off in different directions. It's not like they all ran the same way. They all took off right and left into the mists. You have a dead one and one that is screaming in pain and begging for mercy.
So, Rodrigo, are you interrogating that guy that's on the ground?
No,
Sure.
it's not really my job, but maybe you ought to ask him a couple questions.
First thing I do is go and check on my paying customer.
Vosper, yes. Thank you.
I'll just lean down to the gentleman on the ground and say, "You are gonna want to ask, tell the truth and nothing but the truth to this nice man over here. You maybe want to rethink your life choices."
Yes, whatever. Please don't kill me. Which party member did you gesture to when you say answer to this man?
To Praden.
Braden? Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of come over here, go over, and I'm gonna, wield my sword with telekinesis, just being real showy, and I tell him, we will let you go, but only if you bring a message back to your bandit network that these roads are closed to business for your kind.
Now hold on there. Who are you to be just letting people go willy-nilly? They attacked us now.
Well, I'm only speaking for our, I can't speak for what she's gonna do.
No, please don't let her. I promise. Never again. Do you let him go?
I'm looking to my employer.
Vosper's like, yes, these roads are closed. We have these fine nobles patrolling it. Your time is done. I mean, obviously, you're dressed nicely in your white robes of the academy, and, well, I don't think he's ever seen anyone so richly attired as Nico. I'm sure even in the muddy road, your boots are immaculate.
Well, if they're not now, they will be.
So yeah, I'll let him up. I mean,
Okay. He'll hobble off, clutching his knee. He's moving at a very slow pace. Step drag, wince. And he will stumble off into the woods.
So apparently y'all are volunteering to patrol our roads now.
That's news to me.
Oh, that would
But
be
we heard
most
the
Well,
scuffle.
Not so much volunteering, but they don't know that. And these roads will be safer because of it.
Bloody fools.
A good lie is good propaganda, so it works for everyone.
It's okay, Hannaford. These fine nobles have come to our rescue. Yes, please accompany me to my farm. I shall provide you the finest rooms. I am Busper Glimmerdell. He's a man, short, balding, in his 60s.
Pleasure to meet you.
And it just
Cavaliere
happens to be
Niccolo.
the same direction that you were going anyway.
Yeah. I was just going to go with an introduction then.
Okay.
Cavaliere Niccolo Tircini.
Good sir.
Pleasures. Mine.
Praedin Dematil. At your service.
Good sir. Good sir. Greetings. Shall we? He still kind of looks around the woods. Be on our way.
Sounds
True
good.
heroes. True heroes. It's far too long that these roads have not been patrolled.
Six to one odds is it's a no good.
Back to the horse.
You back to the horse and man up? Yes.
Yeah.
Nico, the other players would know. He's the only one that has a horse. He rides in somewhat comfort.
Yeah.
I guess it's better than walking.
Hey, if there are muddy roads, better the horse's shoes than my boots.
That's right. That's right.
I have a very comfortable pair of boots. I mean,
Come. There should be a great welcome at Moor's End. That is the village. I am the mayor.
Ah, Signore Mayor, I'm very glad to meet you. And yes, a little exercise certainly worked up an appetite. So be very happy to see your charming town.
Yes. It is a small village, but we are very prosperous. Yes.
Yeah.
I own
Good.
the largest farm. It started out small and just kept growing. I'm glad you came along. Brigands have always been a problem in this area. Well, it wasn't that long ago that there was a group called the Kobolds. They would slip in and out of the woods. They had no shame.
Their name was what again?
The Kobolds,
Did they wear trench
No.
coats?
like those little small magical creatures.
But these were brigands, or they were actually small magical creatures.
They were brigands. Brigands.
Okay.
Well then, what happened to them?
Well, as legend has it, they pulled one too many capers. They raided a prince of Albania who was passing through, took everything he had and sent him on his way in his undergarments. Why, the Duke was quite livid and sent a banner of his best men into the forest after them. They never found them, but the attack stopped. Legend has it their ill-gotten gains is hidden somewhere in the mountains.
Hmm.
Only someone with true kobold blood will ever be able to find it. I say it's all poppycock.
Well, I don't know about kobold blood, but could be interesting.
It's a very quaint story. I'd be happy to tell you my own stories.
Oh,
From
yes,
Kansas,
please. Please.
The greatest city in this or any age. Well, you know, we have vast streets. We have mighty temples to the 12 gods. But I am, shall we say, between situations. So I travel away from my beloved Vincent. But I found good companions on the road, and now we have more. It is good, is it not?
Good companionship is always good.
I've not heard of this. Vincent.
Vincent.
Is it near Gareth?
No, to south of here.
No, it is far
Horathian
above
Empire.
Gareth.
Oh, outside the Midden Realms. Ma, you were well traveled.
Ah, I walked many roads. I have sailed ships. I go up here. I go there. I help where I can.
Very. He seems very impressed with your tales of distant cities, grand temples. Once we get to Moorsend, we'll be safe, though. The brigands never attack villages. Only the lone travelers on the road. Cowards. You saw how they acted.
Yes, they all run away if they didn't die.
You will like Moorsend. We had a wonderful harvest, so good that we're thinking about changing our shrine into a proper temple. It is just a shrine to Parain right now, but we're hoping to build it.
Very good. I love the gods.
Is this kingdom too impoverished to afford patrols?
The Duke sometimes sends people out to patrol the realm road.
Sometimes.
Well, not as often as we'd like, but he glances at Prairden. Not that we complain about the nobles and how they run things. We're all perfectly happy here in the North Marches.
Where I am from, nobles have a duty to their people.
Yes.
Not that I would take coin out of her purse. Who was your escort?
This is Hennefrid. Hennefrid Altlapper.
The pleasure's mine.
Well, I wouldn't know about that.
You haven't attacked me yet, so I'm finding it good.
And within a couple of hours, you arrive at Moorsend. Quaint little village. Typical for this area of the region. It's half timbered, where stone at the lower level, and then it's timbered with the plaster and thatched roofs. Nice, quaint, medieval cottages. As you approach, you figure the inhabitants is about 50 or so. So not a very large village. But as you've traveled through the Midden Realms, this is typical of the small, and you pass through some larger towns and cities, but this is typical of the rural villages. Most have some sort of a wall around them. Some are taller than others. Mostly keep animals in. You do notice one larger three-sided farm. One wing would be living, one would be servants, and one is the barn. It has a much higher wall around it. Bosper proudly points it out that is his residence. Come, we shall find you the best rooms I have. True heroes. And he calls out to people in the village as you're going through. These true heroes, they saved us on the road.
Make sure to tip my hat as we go.
As you go through, you see what obviously is a smithy. You hear the ringing of hammer on metal, smoke coming out of the chimney, small little pond in the middle, building that you guess is probably the tavern because it doesn't look like the smaller farmhouses. At the far end of the village, you see the small shrine to Parain. You can tell by the stork symbol. And past that, a small little area with a very low wall where you see some headstones. It's probably the Boron yard where the dead are interred. So Bosper takes you to his farmhouse. Come. Leads you in.
Senor Mayor, are there other officials in the town?
No, there is a young adept of Parain here who is going to oversee the festival tomorrow. You will stay, won't you? It's wonderful. So Travia and Parain.
I have no appointments. I have to get to Gareth eventually, but I'd be happy to stay.
Very well, very well. Opens the door, yells, Giza, we have guests. Giza is his wife.
Senor.
Bustling
Senor.
out. You see some younger children. You see a teenage young man, somewhere 17, 18, 19, that age, not on the cusp of manhood, you could say. Come out. Gisbert, get some chairs for these fine guests. He sees you, his eyes get big. Are you adventurers?
Only so much as that life is an adventure.
He turns. See, Father, I told you. Gisbert, leave these good beings alone and get the chairs. Sometimes his head's in the clouds. He just wants to run off. He doesn't understand his responsibility to the farm and to this village. Please, have a seat as chairs are brought in. Nice farm dining table. No benches, but there's nice chairs. Can be swung just as readily.
I don't take out nearly as many opponents.
That's true.
I will.
They do look like sturdy chairs.
Yes, they are good, sturdy country chairs.
Knocking as much mud off the boots as I can before stepping inside.
Oh, in fact, before you step in, you actually see one of those little boot cleaners right next to it that has a little blade that you can scrape your boots off of. It's designed just for that. Seems like these people are used to
Perfect.
getting your boots dirty.
Very good.
So, do you have a seat?
Yes,
Very good. Ale.
absolutely.
Gisa brings out some ale, good sturdy mugs. She tells you the dinner will be ready shortly. The older daughter, there's two younger daughters. One's really little, about 7 or 8. Come up. Hennefrid, what happened on the road? Where do these people come from?
I tell you, they came from the mists. They descended upon the wolves like it was magic. Sent them scurrying back into the forest. It was glorious. Don't tell them that, though.
Yeah. Gisbert, the son, overhears that. Really? See? There's a lot we can do on the roads. We must take that. He sits
You
down.
are not magic, young man.
But I can learn. I've been practicing with my club.
Good. Then when you can fight off a pack of wolves on your father's flock, then we'll talk.
He sits down next to Rodrigo. Have you ever fought a dragon?
A dragon? No. What? I must say, a city man himself. Dragons, they don't come to the streets of insult. That's not really what I'm interested in. But I have heard many wonderful stories of dragons and adventures such as you're interested in, and I could spin for the kids a little bit of myth and legend story.
Before he gets into that, I lean over and say, young man, dragons are not to be fought. They're to be survived.
He has a look of, I'll remember that.
She's very wise. Definitely listen to her. Yeah, don't tell a very good story.
You have a lot of descriptions that they're totally unfamiliar with, sailing ships and fancy ball gowns, and they're just like.
It started good. It was a 5 and a 5 and then a 17.
So he looks at Dorisha. Do orcs really smell as bad as they say?
Dwarves?
Orcs.
I don't remember. I don't believe I've ever met an orc in person.
I think we did in the very first adventure.
And
Remember
yes,
the race?
they do.
I knew it. Yeah. He wouldn't ask you if dwarves smelled because I don't want you to murder the family. Okay?
Family, but I'm trying to figure out how stupid this kid is.
No, he's just very interested in the outside world and adventuring.
Oh, well, that's fair, but only stupid people think you should fight a dragon. I know from experience.
Okay. And then dinner is served. It's a hearty country stew that fills you up. After dinner, if you're so inclined, Bosper, please, we must go to the Laughing Guido. I shall buy you a round of drinks. We must tell the tale of how you drove off the bandits.
Do I need to hear all this?
Please lead the way.
Okay, so after dinner, leaves. Gisbert, leave these people alone. You're embarrassing me. He leads you across the village square to the one you thought was an inn/tavern, the Laughing Guido. And there's a large common room, not a very fancy compared to Vinsalt as far as taverns go. But they do have a good dwarven ale brought down from the Kosh Mountains. You come in, everything kind of hushes as all these strangers come in.
Do they all look local?
Yes, they all are local. There's only about a dozen or so. Fellow Moorsenders, these are true heroes, rescued myself and Hannafrid from a dire situation where many bandits tried to ambush us on the road. They drove them off into the woods. Why, Dorisha the Hammer actually slayed one. I doubt they'll be bothering us anytime soon. Clapping. Buys drinks.
I'm Rodrigo Spinola. And I would just say that Senora Hannafrid, she inspired all of us to great deeds because she stood alone against six ugly, unpleasant men trying to take your poor mayor into the woods to do horrible things to him. So I have to say, you grow very brave people here.
Several. Huzzah, Hannah! Huzzah! The locals are quite happy that you did them proud.
All right. And then I'm happy to have a drink.
Yes, it's pretty good ale. It's not the finest wine from Horacian Empire, but
No.
it probably doesn't get served at places like this. It might pass through on the Realm Road on the way to Gareth or even Angrosh, but they can't afford to import their wine from the south. I know, that's really the only true drink is a good Horacian red.
Sometimes we just have to slum it, and that's the way to go.
You have to go
Drink
along
what the
with-
locals drink and enjoy.
That's right.
So I'm gonna slip the tavern master a ducat.
Okay.
All of your best
Of course.
for
of course.
everybody.
Jasper Gallenbrick at your service. Very thin, gaunt man.
And don't water it.
I do believe that you and Rodrigo have Foxian.
Yep.
You both notice above the mantle of the fireplace a stuffed fox, which is, as you found out in the Midden Realms, a sign.
All right then.
And
Yes, only the best. Anything else on the menu?
And what is the name of the proprietor again?
Jasper Gallenbrick. And you can tell by the way he intones certain words in that sentence that he is trying to speak Foxian in a general, it's not like he knows it, you know, he's just at the table, the way he says things, he's implying some. Yes, only the finest. And he leaves to go back, brings out dented pewter cups, not like the local wooden mugs that everyone else is drinking in, and sets them down. They've seen better days, but sometimes you got to go what you got. Can I have a perception from
Absolutely.
anybody at the table? That's fine.
That'll be no.
Reese's got 2 mugs.
Straight. Yes, and 3. Come on, where is it?
I rolled a 20. That's bad, right?
If you roll 2
I rolled
20s,
2.
you'll botch like John did.
Oh, there it is.
120 on the 3 dice it's a failure. Nothing special.
Oh,
Eh.
apparently I was distracted by the good stuff.
Yes, they don't normally give you the good stuff. You get whatever, and not that it's that bad. But the good stuff is. Woo.
And I was distracted by this is the good stuff. Okay.
I think I've got a QL2.
QL2, so somewhere 4, 5, or 6 was what you had left.
Yes, sir. 4.
You notice everyone is the rough spun wools and very durable clothes. There's a chill in the air, so there's maybe a heavier woolen cloak. But you also notice that Jasper seems to have some jewelry that doesn't really fit. Some metal, bracelets and such that are worth more than you would normally see in a place like this. So again, the stories are retold, how you
Yeah.
came, some questions from the locals, and Vosper climbs up on a chair and recounts this to them in a very rough manner. Somehow, after a couple of mugs of the ale, it went from 6 bravos to at least a dozen that were driven off. But the
It's the
main
making
facts
of a great epic.
They attacked, they got beaten.
So I think this is where I'm going to have to go with chatting up Jasper.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's streetwise or what for so tell me a story about some kobolds. And I'm going to lace that as Foxian.
It would probably be etiquette because you would know.
Okay.
You know how to talk to court members,
Yep.
but if you know Foxian and that level of life, you know how to interact with those people.
That's all good. Holy crap. Okay. I'm good with those numbers. 8 remaining gives us QL4.
QL3,
three.
789 is
Okay.
QL3.
Okay.
So, yeah, you very well impress them that you know. Oh yes, the kobolds, and kind of as he's kind of trying to work the room as he's serving drinks and stuff, but will kind of guide you over to one end of the bar that's away from everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And he will recount a very similar tale of, 100 years ago, there was this very successful bandit group that raided from here to Albernia. No one could stop them. No one could catch them. Again, they pushed it too much, and the Duke sent a large contingent of soldiers, and they disappeared into the hills. Supposedly, the treasure is still hidden up there somewhere. And it is said that people that live in this area are the descendants of those kobolds. But they were never heard from again.
But did you make the heist of a lifetime? Best to retire.
That is the goal, is it not?
Well, my goals are otherwise, but I would imagine that is the best goal for anyone.
Yes. For anyone.
So it is rumored around here then.
Yeah, they somewhere around here. No one ever found their hideout.
Perhaps underground then.
You never know. At this point in the evening, and everyone's had a mug or two, and they're talking, and everyone's having a great time. The front door opens. In steps a regal and beautiful, tall elf. And when I say tall, I'm talking 6'8". Female. And says, Sanya ba tala fedja amarandel. And when no one responds, greetings, humans. I am Amarandel from the Glade Folk, and I seek Eberwin Whitnicken. Someone in the crowd stands up. Eberwin was my great-grandfather. The room goes silent, and that's where we will pause for tonight. As someone has entered the scene. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Thursday, we shall continue the adventure and see just what this tall Glade Elf has to bring to the backwoods farm village of Moor's End. Do we have any last minute questions from our players? Is there anything from the chat that needs to be addressed, JD? Nothing? Hopefully you all enjoyed our game. Again, part 2 will be on Thursday night, and we will complete the adventure next Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed Iconic Productions' The Dark Eye on Ulysses International's Twitch stream. Good night.
Good night.